Skateboarding realness levels are critically low.
Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another
Insult vlogger
episode. Today, I'm going to be watching P-Rod and taking a steamy dump on his stupid fucking shit. Mikey Taylor's in this. He's being annoying. His head is shaped like a football. They both kind of look like babies. Mikey Taylor's a complete fucking slime ball. I can't wait to get into it. It should be a lit one. I'm waiting for the part where it goes dun dun dun. Every entrepreneur is running from this man, Life with Mikey. I don't think every entrepreneur is running from a guy who does a podcast episode with Mikey Taylor, gets 500 views. Gino the Ghost. Yeah, they call him a ghost because nobody's fucking heard of him. I want to talk a little bit about the epidemic that we're in right now regarding old heads. Here's P-Rod in a suit, and he's talking on Instagram. And I noticed this, like I said, P-Rod, Rob Dyrdek, Mikey Taylor, you know, these guys that were once like absolute legends in skateboarding, not as much Mikey Taylor, but for some fucking reason, they feel this compulsion or like, oh, I just have to get on camera and talk. Even if I don't like have anything really interesting to say, I need to get on camera. And these guys don't like understand. They don't look at their numbers. They don't look at their metrics and be like, okay, why do people follow me, Paul Rodriguez? What is it that I bring to the table that people are interested in? Well, if you watch a video of me doing a switch big flip down that thing in LA that everybody skates, right? You watch video of that. That has 23,000 likes. So clearly my audience, they like that, right? What about a video of me talking that has 3,000 likes?
Not every kid, better yet Latino kid, grows up thinking it's okay to be rich. How did you have this mindset from a young age?
What's the mindset?
The machine mindset.
Success, money, opulence, Rolls Royce, Lexus. These dudes are always fucking yapping about like their frame of mind. Rob Dyrdek, you know, he gets on his stupid podcast that he hosts by himself. It's just him with a fucking camera. He just needs attention so badly that he's talking about, oh, I'm Rob Dyrdek, and what I do is I ordered the same teriyaki bowl every single day of the week so I don't have to think about that anymore.
I can eat teriyaki chicken and raw carrots and celery as like my core meal each day, right? Like a lean chicken and carrots and celery for my vegetables, if you will. And I get it delivered to the house 7 days a week, and it is there as a baseline. What I never have to think about when I'm hungry is what I'm going to eat.
So I have more space in my brain to be considering business, to think about business decisions. And there's actually people out there that watch this shit, sit there and like absorb it and like, oh, that's really interesting. Like, that's a dope way to live. Like, I should turn myself into a fucking robot, into a machine that no longer enjoys basic fucking pleasures in life, like eating.
Machine mindset.
Eating food, a cuisine, that's just a fucking distraction. Shove a teriyaki bowl down my throat as fast as possible. It's like, what is even the point of being rich and wealthy and fucking successful, being an owner and a fucking mogul? What's the point of any of that shit if you don't enjoy your fucking lunch break? Anyway, yeah, P-Rod seems like he's fully bought into this this kind of like bullshit waspy rich guy persona. P-Rod like just has a baby phenotype, man. I think there's like a gas leak in his house, or like he's been lobotomized. Maybe Spanish Mike is slipping Ambien into his orange juice. Someone's got to do a reading in his mansion because he's like fucking Benjamin Button.
All right, you know the deal. 25 bucks a hole. Loser has to buy either a stock, fund, crypto of the winner's choice.
For the other person?
Yeah. So you'd be thinking, I don't know if you're into something right now.
I'm always
But
dude, you guys are so fucking lame, dude. These guys are playing golf and betting stocks. $25 in stock over. By the way, you guys are supposed to be ballers. You're betting $25 per hole. Pussy shit. And Mikey Taylor's whole like aesthetic that he does for his videos. I have this old Instagram that I follow all the people from my high school on, and sometimes I log into it and I see that either everyone is pregnant or getting married, and the way that people edit their wedding photos is the same exact way that Mikey Taylor edits all of his fucking financial content. It's like, ooh, nice tan aesthetic. Everything's fucking beige. I'm Mikey Taylor. I make content that gets 1,000 views of me playing golf with a fucking drone.
This will be the first of 5.
Yeah, where's the fucking 30 rack of Coors Light? You guys are such betas, and you guys should be playing for the tab at Cali Girls or whatever strip club you are local to, not for $25 in crypto or equity. So lame.
How long have you been pro now?
21 years. In September, it was 21 years.
Okay, so 21 years. You go back to like when we were kids, first start,
This thing is just a fucking glaze festival.
Have you been locked in this whole time? Because
have you been locked in this entire time, bro?
Have the choice of how long you want to do this, because you're still better than almost everyone, right?
No, not even close.
You don't think so?
Bro, I skate with
And this, by the way, this is why I do what I do. Because here's Mikey Taylor.
It's because you're still better than almost everyone.
You're still better than like almost everyone, which, by the way, I don't fucking watch or pay attention to any skateboarding stuff, and I have no clue what those fucking psychopaths in Japan, those little fuckers, are cooking up. I don't know. I don't pay attention to any of it. But my boy P-Rod is still the best. There's so much just, oh, dude, you're the best. No, you're the best. Dude, you're like Kobe. Rancid drivel.
It sucks, man. Industry sucks right now. Retail is really hard. I think a lot of these big retailers, I'm just speculating, they're afraid to commit dollars. Like, we've been getting good feedback that like when our orders get into these stores, our sell-throughs are great.
Now, okay, I hear this all the time. You know, I heard it from Andy Schrock. I hear it from John Hill, who's willing to parrot whatever anti-industry narrative there, may or may not be in skateboarding at any given moment. But I keep hearing from fucking Aaron Cairo, like the industry's bad. It's like, okay, where does all this stem from? I've never fucking understood what anybody's actually talking about. Like with Primitive, it's like, I wonder why Primitive might not be doing super hot in the industry at the moment. It's like, you do the same thing, drop after drop after drop after drop, which is you don't design any intellectual property of your own. You don't come up with your own branding or imagery or graphics. You don't do any shit like that. No, you just look at what was like the top 15 trending thing on Twitter within the age range of 15 to 35-year-olds. Oh, everyone was talking about Naruto this month. Okay, Primitive X Naruto. Put that on a skateboard. Put that on t-shirts. All right. Oh, Rick and Morty is really hot because weed is on sale right now. Okay, let's do a fucking Rick and Morty collab. Oh, Pokemon, Mewtwo, whatever the fuck it is. It does. Every drop is the same shit, and it's like, how long can you expect that business model to be tenable? It's like Vans being like, oh, Vans is losing money, for a similar fucking reason that probably Primitive is.
When our orders get into these stores, our sell-throughs are great, but then the reorders aren't coming. So I feel like they're still like unsure.
So it's interesting he says that all of our stuff is flying off the fucking shelf, but it's like, is it? All right, how many? We have 400 results on Zoomies.com, and don't get it twisted. Like, this is where fucking Primitive is probably sending, 80% of their merchandise is just every single mall in the United States has Primitive shirts in it that are indistinguishable from the shops on the left and right hand side. PacSun, Forever 21, whatever dumb fucking store is selling all the same shit that Primitive is making. They're just putting their shit in Zoomies. 400 results on 401 results found, and then you go to sale, 234. So half of the fucking inventory that is on Zoomies.com that is Primitive related is on sale. What does that tell you? It tells you there's too much of this shit. Half the stuff they have, they can't fucking move. Oh, you guys are having trouble moving the Primitive X Naruto Shippuden Akatsuki black sweatpants? I mean, you literally have to be on crack to buy this shit. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Him sitting there and be like, yeah, our numbers are great. $30 for these Primitive Vans. There's flat. You can buy a primitive flag. Like just crap on crap. Dude, the market is so oversaturated. They're practically giving this shit away. So, I mean, it just goes to show you that, like, what did Primitive do? Primitive just made so much product and they made it so readily available. Nobody fucking wants it anymore. There's too much of it out there. It's not fucking cool. So him be like, yeah, our sell-throughs are great. Then why is over half of Zumiez stock on sale?
Or if things are getting better or if the market's opening up or what. So like they're not, oh, this sold really good, let's re-up. They're still like, oh, that sold really good, cool.
Yeah, they're like, oh, that sold really good. Let's work on getting the other 400 fucking items that we have clogging up our warehouse.
But like, let's wait a second, allocate our dollar. Let's see how we're gonna allocate our dollar. Everybody's very tentative and timid right now.
Do you know what the breakdown is for how much business you guys do, retail versus DTC or direct to consumer?
It's DTC. I'm fucking Mikey Taylor and DTC.
What's the mindset for your, because you guys have a large business. This isn't like a 4-person team that you can just pivot real quick.
Yeah, I mean, it's shrank a lot in this last year. We've really buckled down. We're tightening up.
So cut the fat.
Just like little shit like Mikey Taylor, referring to, having to fire people from a company as cutting the fat.
Cut the fat.
These dudes that sit around all day and just fucking jerk off to photos of money. The goal is to like dehumanize yourself, like as much as you possibly can, and just transform into some fucking diabolical capitalist. Bob Dyrdek even says on his stupid show, machine mindset.
Machine mindset.
Why the fuck would I want to automate my life? These guys have seriously sinister ideas about the human condition. It's fucking disturbing.
Yeah,
Looked
man.
into creating fish. Yeah.
That's never an easy process.
No.
Oh, then there's this guy. Oh, it's never an easy. There's this guy. He's even worse than Mikey Taylor, believe it or not. Yeah, he's just dropping little nuggets of wisdom for you. Oh, never an easy process to fire people. No shit.
You got to make tough decisions in business. It is what it is. So we've tightened up on that, but really it's just like we're just trying to be creative. We're trying to figure out ways how to keep a customer engaged.
Who wants a Tesla, baby?
How to bring attention to the site.
Come get your Tesla.
Obviously, it starts with making really good product, what you feel is great product.
Yeah, really great product. I mean, do I need to open the fucking Zumiez website again? Chili chews. Hey, do you want $3 chili chews with, like, this is not good for your fucking, your brain. I mean, it just looks like you guys will do fucking anything. You guys say yes to every fucking opportunity that you get. Do you want to sell chili chews? Yeah, we'll sell chili chews. Do you want to do a Stone Cold Steve Austin sticker? Yeah, we'll do that. Do you want to do a primitive rose cap that is also being sold in the same exact way with a different word on it in 9,000 other storefronts in the United States and China? Yeah, let's do that as well. Let's like, what is really great product? What he's saying really great product is stuff that he thinks will sell, like idiots. He's stuff that he thinks dumbasses will buy. That's what he says really great product is.
Really good content with the team. We're about to drop our AM video, and really, hopefully that'll really bring a lot of attention.
Also, how are you a career pro skater and you refer to a skate video as content? Not everything in this world is content. People fucking posting TikToks, shaking their ass and doing food reviews in their cars. We can call that content. Dude, fucking the primitive AM video, you want to call that content? I think it sounds a little disrespectful.
Creative with our marketing and not worry about like, especially, as you know, in skateboarding, not worry about like, oh, should we try this? Nah, it's not a good look. Should we try? Fuck that. No slow. That slows business way down. I don't care. We're going to try this. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, people don't like it, all right, whatever, scrap it, move on to the next. Don't stop for 1 second worrying about it. Who says what or what meme comes up or what message board is talking. I don't give a shit, all right? I got people to feed. I got a business to run.
This is where you came up with this scared money don't make money.
That's right. I got fucking bills to pay.
I like how he starts doing the sneer with the side of his mouth, like he's really like spitting real ass business knowledge right now. Dude, Paul Rodriguez is not like a fucking shrewd businessman. He's a professional skateboarder and he's sold just crap. He's handed over the reins to other people. He's making fucking ponchos that say primitive on the front of it. Like, what is this, man? What are you fucking doing? You know, and listening to him sit there and go, yeah, man, like, you know, as far as feedback is concerned, like, I don't give a fuck. Like, what do people think about the products? I don't give a fuck. It's all about moving on to the next thing, the next collab. What's the next collab? We didn't sell any of the Naruto collab. Fuck it. What's the next collab? We didn't sell any of the Rick and Morty collab. People that Pickle Rick grip tape sucked. Fuck it. What's the next collab? It's like, dude, right now his idea, I think, and the trajectory of the company is flood it in the mall and sell it to people. It doesn't matter if they skate or not. But primitive is only going to be trendy and cool to these non-skaters 5-10 years down the line. Do you think the next fucking batch of teenagers are still going to be wearing primitive when all the teenagers right now are wearing it? No. So who is going to be your core demographic if you're going to keep that company going? It's going to be skaters. But if you hear the way P-Rod talks, he doesn't give a fuck about what skateboarders think or what the actual demographic of people that he's supposed to be selling to with a skateboarding company, skaters. He doesn't care what those fucking people think. He doesn't give a shit. He says, we don't care. We don't care about the memes. We don't care about the feedback. I got bills to pay. I got people, I got people to feed. It's all about the next fucking thing. It's exactly kind of what reminds me of what happened with the barracks, where, you build up this business and then you take on so much like salary, and you have to pay all these people to do shit, and that justifies you to make whacker and whacker business decisions. Next thing you know, you have a giant fucking minion launch ramp inside your skate park, and there's Kariuma banners everywhere, and you're like, well, I had to make this decision, which led to this decision, which led to this decision, which led to Hypebeast owning half the company, which led to me streaming on caffeine. It's like, you keep saying yes to stupider and stupider shit because you're like, I need the next check.
And I'm not talking just personal bills. I got, employees' bills to pay. They have family. They have their bills to pay. We have team riders to pay. You know what I mean? I don't got time to worry about that shit.
This excuse that fucking business owners have in skating where they're like, I have to do this whack thing because I have employees. It's like, that maybe if you weren't so focused on how can you cut the next check as fast as possible so you can fucking redistribute it, maybe if you were at least, somewhat concerned about sustainability, you wouldn't have all of this excess shit, making your brand look.
But when you're too busy thinking about what criticism you're going to get or what somebody's going to think, that's not going to help anything.
I mean, yeah, who gives a fuck what people think about the product? That's not going to help. These guys remind me of this image, except they haven't had the realization yet.
It's got to work strategically from a business side. For sure, you got to poke holes in it for it to work. But from a judgmental side, sorry, don't got time for that. Let's just keep it moving.
For everybody listening that doesn't know Paul, his brand is Primitive. It is sick. Go support it.
I've never seen you in a Primitive t-shirt, Mikey Taylor. Fuck are you talking about?
The skate industry, like the core market, it feels like it just hates to hate. Like anything you do that is like to grow or succeed.
Well, it just feels like nobody's happy for somebody when they do well.
So, all right. Fucking hell, dude. Mikey Taylor's so annoying. The way he delivers this line is fucking horrendous. I hate when people who fucking have made careers in skateboarding, and then they're not in skateboarding, they act like they're fucking above it. Sometimes, skaters do hate just to hate, and it is dumb, but other times skaters reject things because they don't want too much mainstream culture permeating skateboarding. So he'd be like, once things get too big, skaters just hate on it. That's not fucking true. Skaters might hate on a fucking holographic Mewtwo board. Yes, but there's a reason to do that. So, if we all lose focus and no longer invent our own brands and imagery and let Marvel print graphics all over our t-shirts and skateboards, nothing separates skateboarding aesthetically from what Walmart is doing. Skating is a subculture that should be inventing its own brands and historically has. Real skate companies don't need to borrow from mainstream because the point is to be ahead of mainstream culture or at least different from it. I feel like we have to have these what is the purpose of core skateboarding like kindergarten explanations once a month.
At the end of the day, if I'm not hurting nobody, I'm not cheating nobody, I'm not stealing from nobody, it's my life. I can make a decision on what I want to do with it. And if this opportunity comes to me based off of the skills that I've developed, I could do what I wish with these opportunities.
Yeah, so people, I think, who do kind of whack shit, well, I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm not hurting anybody directly. Like, you know, what's the problem? It's like, I don't need to have any concern when it comes to selling skateboard products, you know, in a complex and opinionated industry. My only concern is, you know, am I breaking the law or not? Obviously, legally, there's nothing wrong with selling Naruto boards, but culturally, skaters are going to look down on that, as they should. You're going to retreat to the maximum extreme of what you're talking about so you can victimize yourself when you get negative feedback on it. Well, I'm not doing anything illegal. Do you think legality is people's only fucking concern?
If somebody doesn't like it, that's okay. I don't need anybody to like it.
You do, actually. You do need people to like your fucking product.
You get in a position like me and you have your skills and you're offered, do what you wish with it. No judgment. Live your life. You know what I mean? Like, the way I looked at it is like Michael Jordan being sponsored by Gatorade or McDonald's. I didn't give a shit. No one gives a shit. We all love Michael Jordan. He went out there and he played and he made your jaw drop every time he played. Why does him making business decisions for his
fucking Mikey Taylor acting like he's spitting the realest shit ever.
Personal self have anything to do with what he did on the court?
You can accept a McDonald's sponsorship, but it's also viable to point out, you know, the fact that, you know, as an elite athlete endorsing McDonald's, there's kind of a clear contradiction there. And obviously, McDonald's is bad for you. Michael Jordan is not fucking eating McDonald's. That's not how he became the GOAT of fucking basketball. So, you know, and I'm not saying that Michael Jordan is or is not allowed to have a deal with McDonald's. You know, it's like kind of a cultural milestone to do something like that. But for P-Rod to lack the insight of how branding and endorsement affects consumers is pretty telling. Like, as long as it makes money and is legal, that's the end of the story. Who cares if kids go to McDonald's and eat shit because their favorite basketball player is promoting it? He's legally allowed to do it.
I've done questionable ads or certain things that are a little that I look back at. I'm like, yo, that's a little goofy.
What's
for
the most questionable one? What's the one that comes to your mind when you say that?
When I was hurt in 2018, like I got like a McDonald's campaign for the McRib. To do one pose, they paid me 15 racks to sit on my couch with a broken knee and eat a McRib and be like, yo, the McRib's back. I look back, I was like, it was a little silly.
Okay, I saw Cole did that too.
I was a little, yeah, but dude, 15 racks from your phone to press send, like, that's pretty good money.
Any other
Would you do it again today?
Maybe for 30.
There it is. Inflation.
I'm playing. I don't know. Probably not.
It's weird. It's so fucking bizarre that he goes on that whole fucking Michael Jordan Gatorade McDonald's diatribe, and then when asked if he'd do a McDonald's ad again, he says no. Which, by the way, I would never fucking blame anybody, you know, actually for, you know, accepting a McDonald's ad for like an IG reel for 15 grand or whatever. Like, hell yeah, I'd do that shit too, you know. But it's weird that he like has this like kind of like morally principled kind of defensive stance, and then it's like, oh, would you do it again? He's like, no, not really. It's like, okay, so what the fuck do you believe then?
The key, it sounds like, it's like you don't want to ever live a life where you're just making decisions based on what other people are going to think about it. Right? Because then you will never make a decision because there's no way to make everybody happy. That's just the reality.
Oh, wow. This fucking came prepared with the platitudes today.
Yeah,
it's absolutely right.
It's just like simple, dude. I'm not hurting anyone. I'm not stealing from anyone. I'm not cheating from anyone. I'm only capitalizing off of opportunities, off of talent, off of God-given talent that I've put endless.
And also, you know, this fucking platitude, like, the key is to never make a decision based off what other people think, or you'll never make a decision because you can't make everyone happy. The dude that we're talking about right now is the one selling Call of Duty and Rick and Morty skateboards. It's not like fucking P-Rod is sitting here going, oh yeah, these are the products that are fucking coming from my heart. These are the things that I need to get out there into the world so that my artistic fucking vision can come to fruition. He's making the shit that the most amount of people he thinks will buy. It's the complete opposite of what the fuck they're talking about. And they're all sitting there fucking stroking it like, oh yeah, that's so true. I can't make everybody happy, but you are trying to sell as many products to as many fucking people as you possibly can. And none of this is about passion or shit that you care about. It's all about money.
You know, he brought up like the message boards, right? Well, you see a lot of people on the message boards, it's people who wanted to be pro that didn't and still stuck around the industry. It's a lot of older people that just, in my perspective, didn't live out the career they wanted to live.
Fucking dude, Mikey Taylor is so stupid. I'm the last person in the world right now who's going to be defending, the fucking slap message boards. But people are like, oh, yeah, any people who talk shit, they're just guys that wanted to be pro. Like, this is the same shit that Tyler Peterson, the Cariuma flat ground scrub, DM'd me when I was making fun of him. He said, you must be salty because you want to be a pro skater. It's like, it's the classic defense, which is, oh, you're just jealous. Like, any criticism of me is not from a legitimate source. Like, it has to be due to jealousy. I've not made any mistake. There's nothing wrong with what I'm doing. I made no error. People only possibly could not like me because they wish they were me. That's how fucking flawless I am. And these are adults, by the way, sitting around posing like they're intelligent fucking people, blowing smoke up each other's asses. And, all of this, to me, would be much more defensible if P-Rod was just like, yeah, I'm in it for the money. Who cares? Fuck it. Instead, he has to weirdly justify his brand by talking about how he's not breaking the law. It sounds like you kind of think there might be something wrong with what you're doing if you're going to that fucking extreme where you're saying, oh, it's not technically illegal.
I'm not the only one who can speak for Primitive. I'm not the day-to-day operator, mainly just in the face. And I look at myself as basically being sponsored by Primitive. I know I'm the owner, but I have partners who also have ownership and that they run it day to day. And that's a question for them, what they do. But I ultimately, I would
you ever
say
stop them? Would you ever hear something and go, guys, this is too far?
If I felt like it was something morally that I wasn't in agreement with, and a lot of times I don't see graphics or stuff that's coming out until it's out, until I get a box of it myself.
Fucking
so sometimes
insane.
there's things I'm like, this is not really the message I want to send.
This is crazy. This was the clip of the entire podcast that made me want to talk about this shit. Oh yeah, I mean, I know I'm the owner, but I just look at myself as being sponsored by it. It's like, what? This is what's actually going on? Like, the whole P-Rod drug/lobotomize theory makes so much more sense now when you realize that, this dude doesn't control any of what happens anymore. He just kind of sits around and then, lets other people make all of the decisions for him. In terms of business this, business that, it's not a very fucking admirable approach as a business owner to delegate your brand, to other people. And sometimes you open a box with products that you are responsible for. You own the brand and you go, I don't like this. What the fuck? I would never do that. I would never fucking start a business and then be so disconnected from it that I don't even know what products are being made, and then have the fucking gall to go on a business podcast and, talk about what kind of a fucking mogul you are. We go from I'm allowed to sell whatever I want, who cares, to I don't even actually make any of the decisions, by the way, to I don't even like a lot of this shit, to be honest. And it's also weird. It's like, you're the face of the brand. You don't even like some of the product you sell, but the core industry are just a bunch of haters, even though sometimes you agree with them. It's like, dude, what are you arguing for anymore? Just be honest. You like money. It's fine. And you'd rather coast and let other people handle your brand while you stack it. But, don't get butthurt about negative feedback when you handed the reins to a bunch of fucking hypebeast goblins. You don't get to have it both ways. Listen to this evil motherfucker.
I get confused about this. I'm liking this.
Oh, he's so fucking putrid, isn't he? All right, let's get to this next part. I think this is the only other part that's really even worth covering in this pod.
The board strategy that Bara put you on, the original board launch. Tell everybody about that. I actually thought that was a really interesting idea. You tested it.
And it worked.
Okay. Tell everybody what that was.
The original board idea, Steve Bara and I were having a conversation maybe 10, 11 years ago at this point. How come a pro couldn't just print up their own boards, sell it on their website, and then capture the most of the profit of it instead of just getting a royalty? We came up with the idea, or he came up with the idea, that you could just spend the money out of pocket, pay a graphic artist to get, make you a graphic, whatever that.
Don't even need to do that anymore. You take it DeCenzo's 2 cents brand, just throw it into OpenAI and see what comes out when you type in monkey typewriter.
Couple $100, $500, whatever, graphic that you like, put your name on it, put it up on your website, put a couple videos out to market it, and if you felt like you had a strong enough following, you print up 500, 1,000 boards, whatever it is, and sell them on your website, and you could potentially, I think it was like $25,000 gross.
This is kind of posed as a really interesting idea by Steve Bara. Steve Bara, the king of the interesting ideas, where the premise is remove the entire ecosystem of skateboarding that created my career and supports thousands of people. How do I delete all of that shit so there's more for me? It's all about me. You know, Barrett tried this with Bright, by the way. Not looking too hot now, is it, over there, dumbass?
Right.
Yeah, and then imagine.
And then what's the net?
Every other month?
Okay, but you had to buy. You had to put money in.
It was like $6,000 I paid.
Oh, so you netted almost 20 grand, 19 grand.
All fucking Mikey Taylor cares about is how much money you made.
And I mean, I split the money with Heath.
Right.
So depending on if you how little people you have to break bread with, it was a nice experiment, and in theory it worked.
But you decided not to do it.
In theory, it worked, right? And I did consider just doing it, and every month or two, put out a different graphic and do the same thing. But I had this brand, which was a sneaker shop, and we made T-shirts and clothes that I couldn't really.
It's crazy that Mikey Taylor's legitimately asking him, like, as if he doesn't know the answer. Did you actually think that that would be like a sustainable business model long term? Sure, like the novelty of like a signed P-Rod board, you know, would be interesting maybe once or twice, because you don't get an opportunity to do that every single month. Like, how many rollouts of the same shit do you think, you know, after X amount of P-Rod boards on his website, how long do you expect that would last? It's weird to me that Mikey Taylor could possibly be so far disconnected from like skateboarding and how everything works, or just like general fucking business understanding of supply and demand, where he's legitimately posing this as a question.
So I decided the bigger picture would be to have a company, but it's yet to show if that was the right decision or not.
Build wealth?
Shut up. It's insane that, you know, he says it still remains to be seen if that was a good decision or not. Like, how long has Primitive been running? How many people have jobs? How many pros do you pay? You know, even though Primitive is like totally cringe and whack, the videos that you guys make and the fact you sponsor skaters are massive opportunities that are created, you know, through the brand that you made, and that's undeniable. You know, and now because he had one bad year, you're questioning the entire thing. Like, dude, you're loaded. Like, you're in later on this podcast, he talks about how he likes opulent shit and he wants to buy a fucking Rolls Royce. He's rolling in it. One bad year, and he's like, oh, maybe I should have just sold boards on my website direct to consumer that entire time. What the fuck are you talking about? It remains to be seen if it was a good idea. And why do I get the feeling selling boards direct to consumer is more exciting to Mikey Taylor than an actual company with a team and employees that produces products and videos? How would another, you know, 2 cents or Sandlot Times abomination help anyone? Like, fuck that whole business model.
It's yet to prove that it's going to pay off.
I heard everything you said, but 100% I disagree with you on it, and I'll tell you why. You had the ability to go kind of your own solopreneur route with
solopreneur,
and you did so because you understood that you could leverage people to create something bigger
than
what
God.
You could do on your own.
Listen to the way these fucking assholes talk. Solopreneur, leverage people to create something bigger. You know, why do business guys always fucking talk about other human beings like they're objects? And I'll tell you why. It's because the mentality is so me focused. Anyone else that is involved only matters to the point that they benefit me. You know, I don't have coworkers or business partners. I use other people in a mechanical act.
You are 39 now, and you're still competing with kids in their 20s.
He's not competing with kick this fucking guy off. He's not he owns the company that the kids in their 20s skate for. He's not in competition with them. This guy needs to fucking compete with an elliptical.
The cryo chamber and the cold plunge.
All right, that's all I fucking, you know, need to that's all I need to discuss here, I think. What a piece of shit fucking podcast. Anyway, All right, I hope you guys found that shit entertaining. I need to put some of this shit on YouTube at some point. Like I'm kind of like done. I'm over like all the like. I'm just kind of like not that interested in being in drama. But you know, at the same time, like they're getting away with it. These guys are fucking getting away with it, and somebody needs to fucking stop them.